Hi, this is Lee Solden. I'm going to do the fifth in a series of videos explaining uh, the audiobook somebody else made that's on YouTube. It's helping you learn it. Okay, the link to that audiobook will be in the description of this video. Okay, this is for beginners. I will mention a lot of Spanish. A couple of my students are learning Spanish first, so trying to convert their Spanish to their Portuguese. So I do mention Spanish a lot, but it's designed for beginners for Portuguese. Okay, and also this is a part of how I teach Portuguese. The main thing you need to do to learn Portuguese is to listen to it and read a lot of it, and sometimes close your eyes and just listen to it. And you need to do a lot of that for this audiobook that I'm trying to help you learn. Another key element is you should have this same audiobook again looping in the background a lot. What's my video for? The one I'm making right now? It's so you can loop that and help and ignore it some of the time, sometimes listen to it, and you can get the associations between the English words and the Portuguese words. It's part of the program. Or you can use this video to simply make your own notes for your read-throughs, which is part of my system, where you look over your notes, then after you kind of know what's going on with the video, then you listen and read it to the one you're actually learning. Okay, a few times. Close your eyes, listen a few times, maybe do all that again, then move on to the next few sentences maybe, right? One other element of my program is ear tuning exercises. The ear tuning syllables for that will also be in the comments of this video. I put those in the comments of every video I make for this. And I tell this to anybody, there's nothing more important than doing the ear tuning exercises. If you're a new student, you want to be able to hear this really well. But you're not going to get a native ear for Brazilian Portuguese unless you're doing the ear tuning exercises. So do those. That makes everything else work. Here we go. This is starting at 4:50 on the audiobook. Should be able to get to the end of it. Okay, what we do with our body. It says the our. We don't need the in English, right? Our body, our posture and habits changes our mental state, and this would be determining or telling. You could put in there determinancy. Okay, because like this, we would be able to influence directly our spirit. Okay. So that's the whole paragraph. Now I'm going to go word by word, or phrase by phrase. Okay, key, that. O que, that's what. Fazemos, we do. Com, with. O nosso, the our, we just say our in English. Corpo, body. Nossa postura, our posture. E hábitos, and habits. Mudaria, would change. Nosso estado, our state. Mental, so our mental state. Isso, and this would determine. Seria, so would be determining. Seria determinante, because like this voice, can be because or then. Assim, like this, such, could be that too, or several other things like that. We, nos. Oh, previous video, I made a mistake. Vos is the form of the plural U that we don't use in Brazilian Portuguese usually. Most of Brazil. Nós is we. Okay, so just remember. Okay, if you know Spanish, you got vosotros for we. This is vos, first three syllables basically of it, right? But again, we don't use that. And again, nosotros for we over in Spanish, they just use nos. So if you know Spanish, you're good. Just remember this using the first syllable there. Okay. Okay, then like this, we would be able to, poder, to be able, and they have the whole verb poder, and then they got íamos. That's what they tack on to the end of the verb to make it the would form. So we would be able to influence, influenciar, directly, diretamente. That word direct in English, it drops the C. So we've got a double consonant CT in English. They've dropped the C, diretamente. Okay. Nosso ânimo. And that little mark over the A means you do have to pronounce it louder than the rest of it. And I'm probably mispronouncing that, the A with the little hat over it like thing. I'm not prepared to tell you exactly how to say that. Listen when you do your tuning exercises. Or as you go through this, take your time doing your read through. Stop and listen. How do they say that A with a little circumflex over it? Okay. Moving on.
Fazemos com o nosso corpo, nossa postura e hábitos, mudaria o nosso estado mental e isso seria.
And did not mean to be playing in the video. Turn the sound off here. Okay. Next. Okay. That I would be able to construct luck, make luck. Always that I want, or always that I might want. Being enough to prepare even more. So make your own luck and use it to what? Make more luck. Okay, that's the whole paragraph. Key, again, word by word again. Key, that eu poderia, that I would be able, construir sorte, construct luck. Always that I might want. Sempre que quisesse. Being enough would be enough. Bastaria. Bastar means to be enough. Be sufficient. Me preparar, prepare for me. Ainda, still, or is still, good one for right now. Still more, mice. Okay. Next paragraph. Okay, that I always need to be before wanting to have. So don't start out by wanting something and you haven't done the work. Why do you deserve something you haven't done the work for it, right? So they say you gotta be something. You gotta work on make yourself something, right? Be something. Then now you what you want something as a reward of what you've made yourself, right? Okay, that's what the whole paragraph means. Here's word by word. That key, eu sempre, that I always need, precisaria, precisaria, always to be, sempre ser, before antes, to want, to have. De is of, querer, to want, to have, ter. Okay, antes de querer ter. That, next paragraph, that I need to learn much about intuition. Okay, this whole paragraph. Que deveria, that I must or I should learn, aprender, bastante means a lot. Again, it could mean enough, but in Spanish it usually means enough, but it could mean a lot. In this language it means a lot usually, and it could mean enough. Sobre, about, intuition. Next paragraph. That I do not need to make it so important for me with the religion. That's his opinion. And he goes on to say, but I should learn much about spirituality because this changes everything. His opinion. Okay. He's saying that spirituality is more important than religion. Well, that's his opinion. I mean, some people, their religion is being spiritual. I mean, it depends on what religion is, right? I mean, okay. Okay, so key no precisaria, that I do not need for me to be important. Me importar tanto, this is tanto, that means such, or so much. Okay, so much important. It doesn't have to so much be important to me. With the religion, com a religião. Again, that's a R is an H in this language, and that com, with, you wonder why put that in there? And they do tend to put the with in there a lot of times, or you wouldn't use it in English. So just kind of get used to that. Okay, but deveria, I should aprender, learn much over, muito sobre espiritualidade, spirituality, because, pois, because this, isso, mudaria, would change everything, tudo, or tudo. Next. Okay, that, instead of trying to know what would be my purpose in this life, actually, in this life, it says. So instead of wondering what's your purpose in life, instead do this. It says, I should create something that might have, or would have, or simply have. You don't have to translate that as subjunctive there. It could just be using the SE form because it's in the second clause, right? So I should create something that would have some purpose in this life. Okay, don't focus on what your purpose in life is. Focus on creating something that has a purpose in this life, okay? Word by word. Okay, key, that, em vez de, in place of. Okay, in a vase is place, like place or turn or time. It's your time, your vase. Okay. Of, G, ficar means to stick, to be, remain. Just the word to be somewhere. Anyway, so instead of remaining or being stuck, trying, tentando, from tentar to try, knowing, saber is to know, but you can use you can use it as knowing. What, qual, seria would be my purpose, meu propósito, in this nesta, that's in and the n for in, plus esta, this, in this nesta life, vida. I should create something. Eu deveria criar algo. That's algo. Something, algo. That que might have or would have, tivesse, from tiver, to have. That's not correct. It's from ter, sorry. It's from ter, T-E-R, ter, to have, which is tener in Spanish. They drop the end. The esse form is tivesse. Okay. Create something that might have some, algum, purpose, propósito, in this life. Nesta vida. Next. That the school is not going to show me the good part of things that I really should learn for to be a person well successful in life. They say na vida here, in the life, but translated in life. Okay. Word by word. That key, the school, a escola, is not going to show me, or would not, não me ensinaria good part of things, boa parte das coisas. The das is of the things. I mean, das, D-E-G plus A-S is a plural feminine, the, das. Okay. That I really would need to learn. Que eu realmente deveria aprender. For to be, para ser, a person, uma pessoa, bem-sucedida, well successful, na vida, in the life. And next paragraph, it's a command here. Pense. Pensar means to think. This is a command of você. You, so instead of pensa, they're going to pense. They take the A and swap it to an E. When I do video 4, I'll get into more of that. Okay. Anyway, this says think or believe. Kind of he's telling you what to believe, what to think, right? Pense, think that key, probably, provavelmente, veio, menci. Here's a case where you got probable, then you got the menci at the end of that for the li part, right? You know, so you have to take that L at the end of probavel and make it a little ooh, right? And instead of an L, okay? So a compound word that starts if you got a compound word, the first word would normally have the L pronounced as a ooh, then you have to keep it as an ooh. So it's provavelmente. And just note, well, V and B in Spanish, they don't even acknowledge the difference, right? Well, here we have a V. Well, in English, it's probable, right? As probable. They got probable. Okay, they've changed to a V, but it's if you realize that V's and B's are kind of the same a lot of times, you swap the V for a B, then it's quite familiar to you. Okay, so probably several of the professions, okay, varios das of the profissões professions most desired, mais deseadas. Again, mais can be more or most, depending on the usage. So most desired. So altogether, that first phrase says, believe that probably several of the professions most desired or that pay the most. O que mais pagam, okay, or that more or most pay, pagam, P-A-G-A-M, pagam. They're talking about jobs, so they're using the AM form. They, those jobs, they pay the most. Okay. In 2026, yeah, I'll say it one time. Dois e 26. That is like the way it should be said. He shortens it to dois. He says dois mil vinces. Kind of skips a couple of syllables when he says it fast. Anyway, in 2026, neither exists today. Now, nay means neither, and you're wondering why can they use neither? In this case, they just do. Okay, so neither exists today. Okay, existem hoje. Okay, how a school is going, como uma escola, como as like or how a school, uma escola is going, vai, he is going, irregular verb form. If it wasn't irregular, it'd be va, would match Spanish, va, in this case. But it's irregular and it's vai. It's V-A-I, vai. Okay, how is a school going to prepare you, chi preparar, that's that T-E, chi, prepare you for them, para elas, if they they are teaching now, ensinar, agora, now, as they were teaching, como se ensinava, okay, again, this is, the C here is a reflexive pronoun. Okay, the first SE was if, so if they are teaching now as they were teaching, it's an ava form. That's a, recognize that as the, well, not yet, but eventually you'll recognize it as the imperfect form, okay? In 1950, and I'm not going to go over that right now. Ensinava in 1950. Next paragraph. We do not need the trivial. Não precisamos do trivial. We need the schools that teach. Precisamos. We need the schools, de escolas, to teach, que ensinem, okay? Because it's that teach, I guess. The behavioral, o comportamental, okay? Is that comportment again, right? Your behavior, teach behavior. Okay, we need, precisamos, we need, ler, to read, ler. Spanish, leer, this, they drop one of the E's, it's just leer. When they conjugate it, it gets more similar between the two languages. But for the infinitive, it's leer, L-E-R, versus Spanish, leer. Okay, en casa. So read at home. Okay, they're basically telling you don't be reading at school. Read at home. Do that. do that academic stuff like that at home, okay, and do the practical work, fazer, to do or to make, the practical work, o trabalho prático, okay, in the classroom, in the sala, that's the room, aula. Aula is a subject, but you say the room of the subject. Well, that's how they say classroom, kind of. Okay. Or in the garden, or the yard, actually, outside of class. U, or, oh, sorry. Oh, that's one thing I got to check on my pronunciation. It's probably could vary on accent. I don't know. Do they pronounce OU always as O, even though they always bend over their O's to oo? I got to ask someone that. Okay, so or in the yard, jardin, jardin, outside, fora. Fora is also a verb form for to be, but in this case it means outside of the da classroom, the room, sala. Yeah, so okay, keep going here. We need of schools, or we need from schools. Precisamos de escolas, with more likes, com mais likes and less notes, e menos notas. Okay, with more dreams and less formulas, com mais sonhos e menos fórmulas. Formulas. Try that again. Formulas. Okay. And that might be it. I think it is. That is the end of the, and it ends right at the 6-minute mark. I'll note that for my notes here. Okay. Hey, if you like this kind of thing, subscribe, hit like, tell people about this. Okay, share the video. I got about another minute of time here. I'm just going to reiterate that if you are if you find yourself trying to learn Portuguese by just listening to me, that's all you do. You're completely missing the whole point of why I'm making this video. Okay, I'm making this video as a tool for you to use my system. My system, which is all about listening to the Portuguese from a native speaker and reading it and understanding it as you're reading it. And also, even before that, my system teaches you that you must hear the Brazilian Portuguese perfectly before you try to learn any of the words, okay? If you're only listening to these videos and not doing the rest of my program, it's like you're doing something 100 times more difficult than it needs to be. Follow my program. You can learn this stuff extremely fast. And when you go to try to speak it, you'll speak it fairly correctly, okay? Pretty well. You'll get compliments. I do. I mean, I make mistakes, but I get a lot of compliments about how I speak Portuguese. It's not because somebody spent hours and hours trying to teach me. I mean, they did. It didn't get me anywhere. The reason why I speak halfway decent Portuguese is because I follow my own program, which is a whole lot of listening to native speaker speech very carefully, and more importantly, before that, doing the ear tuning exercises so that I hear things correctly. If you hear things correctly, you end up talking them correctly and with less of an accent. Okay? So, okay, put a bug in your ear, follow my program. How the program goes will be in the comments of this video. I also in the description of the video, I put a link to another video that I made where I'm just going over my system. Okay, everybody have a great day. Bye bye.